One of the questions I get a lot from young artists is, where do you get your ideas? And I understand, because we're all in that boat as artists. We look at a white piece of paper, we see it as blank. And in other cultures, they don't see it as a blank piece of paper. They look at that as the entire universe is there, and it's up for the artist to grab and pick out what he sees within, or she sees within that. A lot of story ideas for me begin with research. I did a lot of research about mythology and world mythology, incredible stories from around the world. And what's amazing is a lot of the stuff that we read in comic books and see in adventure stories is just sort of a rehashing of some of these stories and themes that have been told for thousands of years. You're going to find a lot of inspiration in the past. What I like about the treasure room is that when I go in there, there's nothing in there except TV shows, movies, comic books, action figures, all that fun stuff. And it has a kind of a strange effect on you. When you need an idea, you can just sit there and kind of there's a trillion ideas here that you can kind of draw from. And I use that to, again, draw upon sources of ideas and inspiration. My process begins with thought. It's thinking. Sometimes things will start with an idea, so then it's more of a story-oriented thing. And sometimes things will start visually. Working out concepts, visual concepts, as well as story concepts on 8.5 by 11 copier paper and a pencil. I'll just sit in a very, very quiet room, sit there with a drawing board, and just whatever comes off the top of my head. Once I actually work a chapter out in pencil, I'll actually pin it up on a board and look at the entire chapter done in what's called thumbnail sketches. And this gives me sort of a rough to follow. Next step is go right to the studio and get right on the computer. And a lot of the times what I do is I draw right inside the computer. I can color in the computer and use a whole wide variety of special effects where that's concerned. Once the pages are finished, we send it all on disk to a designer who then uses another program to organize it as a book, as a graphic novel. And then eventually that goes to a printer, and then eventually you see your finished book. The one thing I think is the most important piece of advice I could give anyone is to persevere. A lot of times as you're trying a new idea or a new concept, the first thing is you don't like it, you crumple up the paper and you throw it away. And that's the time not to crumple the paper up. Take that drawing, you know you don't like it, hang it up and do another one. I guarantee you that next drawing is going to be a little bit better than the second one. You still may want to crumple it up. Put that one next to it. Even when it doesn't work out the way you think, keep trying. Keep trying to get what's in your head out on paper. Keep persevering, keep trying, don't stop, and don't let anyone else stop you.